Welcome to a tutorial brought to you by the Writing Center at Wallace Community College.
If you struggle with run-on sentences or just feel like you don't understand them, then this video is for you. We will look at types of run-on sentences and will explain how to correct them.
By the end, you will be well on your way to becoming a better writer. So what is a run-on sentence?
I'm glad you asked. A run-on sentence occurs when a writer combines two or more sentences together without correct punctuation. It is also called a fused sentence since the two thoughts are fused together. But in this video, we'll refer to it as a run-on.
Let's look at an example. Evie studied many hours for her exam. She believed she would do well.
If we find the subjects and verbs for our thoughts, we can see that we have two complete sentences here. Evie studied is a subject-verb combination, meaning we have an independent clause in our first thought, and she believed is the subject-verb combination for our second thought.
We also see that this example has no punctuation separating the two sentences, therefore making it a run-on.
So all this information is great, but how do we fix a run-on?
Here are 4 easy ways to correct run-on sentences. First, you can simply use a period to separate the thoughts into two different sentences. Here's how that would look.
Notice we placed a period between both thoughts. Just make sure you capitalize the first word after the period.
Another way to correct run-ons is with a semicolon.
Semicolons, like periods, may be used on their own to combine sentences. They may be used to connect sentences with commonalities such as identical subjects.
You may also use a comma and a type of word called a coordinating conjunction to combine these two sentences. Remember to use both.
Here is a list of coordinating conjunctions, also known at times by their acronym fanboys.
We'll look at our sentence using two different fanboys.
Both and so work in this case. Finally, you may use a dependent word to correct a run-on mistake. Here are some common dependent words you may use.
Let's look at our example one more time, this time using a couple of words from this list.
After Evie studied many hours for her exam, she believed she would do well.
Evie believed she would do well on her exam because she studied many hours.
Before we conclude this video, let's look at one more type of run-on called a comma splice. Here is our example sentence once again, this time as a comma splice.
Evie studied many hours for her exam. She believed she would do well.
In this example, the subjects and verbs for both sentences are exactly the same as the previous examples. This time around, however, we combine the two sentences with a comma.
This is an error because the two complete thoughts are spliced together with just the comma. Remember when we used a comma in one of the fanboys in our previous example? To correctly connect sentences, writers must use both.
Leaving out the coordinating conjunction leads to comma splices.
Comma splices may be corrected using the same strategies as run-ons.
So there you go.
There are a few ways to correct run-ons and comma splices.
Remember to look for subjects and verbs in your sentences to make sure you're not trying to combine too many thoughts together.
If you are, use one of the tips above to correct the mistake.
Being able to remove this error from your writing will go a long way in improving your writing skills.
Great job!
For more tips like this, check out our other videos and come visit us in the Writing Center.